everyone. My name is Claire from Thrive Physical Therapy. I'm a physical therapist. Welcome to our 30-minute seated exercise class. Hopefully everybody can hear me. If you're here, give us a chat in the chat box just to let us know you're here. We love to see that people are watching. Today's exercise class is going to be about 30 minutes. 20 minutes of it will be exercising, and we'll have a little bit of a warm-up, a little bit of a cool-down, but everything can be done seated in your chair. I also have my soup cans for some of the resisted exercises, but those are totally optional. You can do everything that we're going to do today just with your arms, or if you have little hand weights to do things, that's perfectly fine too. Again, this exercise class is for all levels. If you need to make things harder, you can bump up your weight that you're using. If you need to make it easier, you can do everything without weights today. So that'll be really fun. As always, if you're going to be doing an exercise program that's new, please consult your doctor. These are just some tips for exercises to be able to do in your house with very little equipment and seated in the chair. So it's really great for this sunny Saturday morning to get our workout in. Can you guys hear me okay? If you can't hear me, let me know. And hopefully my video is turned the right way. Sometimes Facebook likes to turn my video the wrong way. And again, give us a heads up if you're watching. We love to see people watching. I'm going to go over to my chair now. So we'll give it a couple minutes just for people to join on. As I said, we're going to be doing 1 minute on, 1 minute off for our exercises today. So there's going to be rest breaks built in, but if you need more rest, please take it. You know your body better than we do, so if you need extra rest breaks, totally fine. And if something doesn't feel good for you today, please skip it. No worries. We'll move on to the next exercise in the next minute. So it's going to be a quick and easy workout today, everything in your chair. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Okay, so, all right, it looks like it's working. We got 10:32, so why don't we get started with our warm-up, and people can join in as they come in. So everybody get seated in your chair, nice and tall. We're going to start with just some breathing. We're going to do a deep breath in, arms up, and arms back down. Good. Two more times, nice and deep breath. Last one here. Good. We'll just do a little bit of a chest opener stretch, so I'll have you put your hands behind your head. And again, if you have any shoulder problems and this bothers your shoulders, feel free to just take the deep breaths and you don't need to do the arm movement. We're just going to open our chest up. Deep breath in and out. In. Good. We'll do that 2 more times. All right. So now we'll get into a little bit more of exercise. We're keeping our warm-up. We're not starting with our 1 minute on, 1 minute off yet. We've got 2 more warm-up exercises. If anyone's just joined, welcome. So for this one, we're going to touch the floor as close as you can. Don't need to actually touch the floor if you can't reach. That's totally fine. And then we're going to go arms up, spread those hands, spread those arms. And I want your feet nice and wide spread apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, good. 5, we'll do 10 of these. 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one, big arms, big hands, 10. Good. And the last one we're going to do today for our warm-up is going to be stepping out, reaching out. So I want you to take a nice and big step with that leg, big arm, big hands, reach out. We'll do 10 of them on each side. We'll go 2, 3, 4, 5, reach reaching that arm as far as we can. Nice and big step, a little harder if you have armrests like my chair. Zip flip. Okay. I guess my video is sideways. Let's see if I can fix that. Keep doing those if you're with me. Let's see if I can get my camera flipped so it's not sideways. I'm not sure how to do that. Okay, hold on 1 second, everybody. I'm going to try and flip my camera. Oh, okay. Okay. Never mind. I guess it should be working on your phones, but if anybody's camera is flipped, just let me know. Sorry about that. We'll do our 10 times with our left arm and leg. Technological difficulties. I guess we're all getting used to it still, even though it's been a year. Good. 4, 5, 6. Nice and big step, big arms, big hands. 9 and 10. Good. Okay, so that's everything for our warm-up. So now what we're going to get into is our actual workout. So as I said before, if anybody's new, our exercises are going to be 1 minute on, 1 minute rest. If you need to, please take additional rests. I'm just going to start my timer so I know. And we're going to be including upper body, lower body, and core exercises. So you're going to get a little bit of everything today. I'm going to be using soup cans for my resistance, but feel free to use hand weights or no resistance at all. That's totally fine. And all of our exercises can be done sitting in your chair today. So that's really awesome. For this sunny Saturday morning, I hope everybody's having a great morning so far. All right, so I'll give it 5 more seconds, then we'll get into our first exercise, which is just going to be marching our feet up and down. So we'll start that in 3, 2, 1. So we're going to go 1 minute. I want you to try and march those feet up as high as you can. And for a little extra challenge, you'll get your knees up nice and high. And for even more of a challenge, if your back is not touching the back of the chair, that's going to make this exercise even harder. If you need to have your back touching the chair, that's totally fine too. Just try and get those knees up as high as you can for the most challenge with this exercise. Really keeping those shoulders nice and high, keeping that good posture. Chest out. We've got about 15 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, keep those knees coming nice and high. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay, so now we have 1 minute rest break. So I'll get into showing you the next exercise. While you're taking your rest break, feel free to get some water, get up and shake it out if you need to. Our next exercise is going to be more focused on arms. So we're going to be doing punches, and we're going to do 1 punch straight, and then a punch up and a punch up. So the more tension that you have in your arms with this, the harder you're punching, that's going to make this exercise harder. So really trying to keep good posture, and the harder you're punching with this and the faster, that's going to be the harder the exercise is. I want you to try and get full range with your punches. We still got about 25 seconds rest, so keep taking your rest breaks. And get some water if you need it. Take some deep breaths. So again, we're going to go 2 punches forward, 2 punches up high. We've got 10 seconds left of our rest break. Three, 2, 1. All right, let's get into those punches. So left, right, up, up. And if you want to do these with weights, if this is a little bit too easy for you, you can always hold your soup can or hold your weights, or you can choose to just punch harder. Either way is fine with me. Good. And again, if your back isn't touching the back, that's going to engage your core a little bit more. So that's going to make it a little bit more challenging. So if you scoot forward so your back's not touching, it's a little extra added challenge. Good. Got 20 seconds left. And take this at your own speed. I'm going a little bit faster. try and get my heart rate up, but take this at your own speed as you need to. We'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, 1 minute off. Feel free to get water, take a break, take some deep breaths. How are we doing? Give us a shout out in the chat if you are here. We love to see people's names who've joined us for our exercise class. All right, we've got 30 seconds more of a break. Taking some deep breaths. And if a minute break is too much for you, feel free to do some marches. You can go through our exercises again for a few seconds, but definitely take breaks as you need them. I've built the 1 minute in because a minute of exercise is a lot at one time, so we need an equally long break. So we've got 10 seconds left of our break. Our next one is going to be a hold, so I'm going to have you scoot forward with your back not touching. And if you are able, lift your arms and your legs. If that's too challenging for you, just arms is perfectly fine, just holding yourself from the back of the chair. And ready, set, go. So the biggest challenge of this exercise is going to be with your back not touching, your arms up, and your legs up. So that's going to be the hardest version. If that's too much, feel free to drop those legs, and just holding yourself from the back of the chair is a lot. So a lot more work than you would think for a full minute. So that's perfectly fine with me. Really engaging those core muscles, holding those arms nice and tall. Taking deep breaths. So this is a really good one that you can practice every day. Just we're so used to sitting with our back against the chair that we forget that we're not engaging our core when we're doing that. So just sitting up from a chair without having your back touching the back is great for engaging all those core muscles, and getting those arms up in the air really challenges them even more. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. So we've got a 1 minute break now, really getting that core engaged. So our next exercise, I'll show you now, keep taking your rest, taking deep breaths, is going to be stepping both of our legs out at the same time and back in. So this is a nice combination of arms, legs, and cardiovascular. So we're going to get our hands nice and big, our arms nice and wide when we reach out, nice and big steps with both legs at the same time. So that's going to be our next exercise. We're going to be on for a minute, and then we'll get another minute break. Got 15 seconds left of our break. Take some deep breaths. Shoulders nice and tall. Good. 3, 2, 1. So we're going to step out and back in. Nice and big arms, big hands. Good. And the more you reach and the bigger step, the harder this exercise is going to be. And if this is a little bit too much, you can always do one side at a time. Or even just one leg and then an arm. That's perfectly fine too if you need to drop it down to that. A minute is a long time. Good. We've got 25 seconds. Good. 10 seconds. Keep it up. You got the last 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. Whew. All right. Take a few deep breaths. Now we're going to get into some of our exercises with our soup cans or hand weights, or without any weight. It's totally fine. Our first exercise with our soup cans, we're going to be doing a shoulder press. So what you're going to do is grab your cans. You're going to have them at your sides, kind of like this, and you're just going to go straight up into the air and back down. So I have my hands facing towards my head, arms straight up and back down. And very easy to do this with just a fist, up and down, if those are bothering you with the soup cans or weights. So either way is totally fine. And again, for more challenge, keeping your back off of the back of the chair is going to engage that core. Sitting nice and tall, shoulders back. We've got 8, 7, 6. All right, 5 more seconds, and then we'll start those shoulder presses. 2, 1. So go straight up. And take your time with this exercise. When you're doing weight, I want you to really control the weight coming down. I'd rather have you really slow and controlled than trying to rush through them, especially when we're using weights or soup cans. Good. 15 seconds left. And if you need to drop the weights, if you are using weights and it's getting too tiring, feel free to drop those and keep doing the motion. That's perfectly okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 last rep. 1. Good. All right. So you can put your soup cans down for this exercise. The next one we're not going to need them for. We'll get back to them in a little while. So for this one, I'm going to have you doing a rotating motion. So you're going to rotate to the side and clap your hands together and back to the center. So when you rotate, I want you to really look at how my hip rotates like this to the side and clapping my hands together. So I want you to really try and get yourself so you're facing the wall next to you or whatever's next to you. I don't want you just turning with your back. I want you really making it a whole body turn so that your hips coming down and clapping those hands together. So we've got about 15 seconds. We're going to alternate directions, so we'll do that in both directions for this round for 1 minute. Deep breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. So turn in left, come back to the center, and then we'll turn in right and back to the center. And my chair is sliding on the ground a little bit on the hardwood floor. Good. So really turning with that head and those eyes. Clapping those hands together. Good. We've got 20 seconds left. Feel free to take a few breaths in between if you need to, and then go back into it. Good. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. So that's a really great full body movement. Get really good stretch in your hips. Really increase the speed of your movement, the amplitude of your movement, really getting those big movements in. So that's a really good one that incorporates everything. So I really love that one. For our next one, we're going to focus more on legs. So this one, you're not going to need weights for this one either. So or if it's too easy, you can always, if you have an ankle weight that straps across your ankle, but totally not necessary. Just if you have one around and you want to try it for this one, that's totally fine. So what we're going to do is kick our legs straight out, and then we're going to pump our foot like we're pumping a gas pedal 2 times, and then back down, and up, and pump, 2, and back down. And again, for this one, if you want to sit forward, make it a little bit harder for your core to be engaged to hold you up without your back touching the back of the chair. So we'll start that one in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So kick that leg straight out, 1, 2, pumping that gas pedal, and back down. Up, 1, 2, back down. I'm really trying to get the full range of that ankle movement up and down, all the way up, all the way down 2 times, and then back. Good. And straightening that knee all the way out. It's working all different parts of your leg all at once. 2, good. Keeping that good posture while we do it. 2, down. 2. And if it's too much for you, you can always just do the kicking your leg straight out. You can take out the ankle movement if you need it, or you can just do the ankle movement just sitting like this. If it bothers your knees to do the other one, totally fine adjustments. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. So 1 more minute off. We've got 2 more exercises left for our 1 minute on, 1 minute off. Our first one is going to be using those soup cans again. We're going to be targeting those biceps in our arms. So if you can sit forward, it's a little bit hard with the arms on the chair, so I have to sit a little bit more forward. But what you're going to be doing is just a standard bicep curl. So you're going to be curling down and up. And for this one, I really want you to make sure that your posture is really good. I want your shoulders really squeezed back not touching the chair if you can. Really making sure that posture is good, nice and tall, and down and up. Elbows nice and close into your side. I don't want your arms out here when you do it, as close in as you can get them. And really, again, controlling that movement. So we'll start that one in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So really slowing this movement and controlling it, that's where you're going to get the best exercise on this one. Not powering through them really fast, especially when we're using weight. I want our focus to be on controlling it, nice and slow when going back down, coming up a little bit faster, and really, really slowly controlling that going down with our arms. Back up. And again, this is totally fine if you can't use the soup cans or weights, just using a fist with your hand, totally fine too. Good. "15 seconds left. Two, one last rep. Good. All right. Good work, everybody. We've got 1 more exercise left before our cool down. This one's going to be working on your triceps, so we're going to need 1 soup can for this one. And our triceps are so important for things like pushing ourselves out of a chair. We use our triceps all the time and don't realize it. So this is a really good way to use them in a way that you may not have done before. So what we're going to do is take 1 soup can, hold it with both hands, arms overhead like this. And I don't want your elbows out like this. If you can keep your elbows in towards your ears, so arms tucked in towards your ears, and you're going to drop that weight up and down. And again, I don't want your arms out like this. I want them more tucked in towards your ears, so as far as you can get them down and up. And where you should feel that is really the back of this arm. It's a really good exercise for that, and it's going against gravity, so it's really great. If you can't do it with a soup can, just hold your hands like this and do that same exact motion, and that is totally fine too. So we'll start that in 3, 2, 1. So arms up, tucked in towards your ears, not letting those arms fly out. Good. And again, with this one, really controlling that motion, especially when we're going down. I really want you controlling that, not powering through it too fast. It's going to be harder when you control the movement and slow it down. Good. Got 30 seconds left. And really squeezing the back of those arms at the top. Good. 15 seconds. Five, 4, really squeezing, controlling that movement. 2, 1. Good. All right, everybody. That was 9 exercises. 1 minute on, 1 minute off. How are we feeling? I got to take a look because I haven't even looked over here. How's everybody doing? Doing okay? All right, so let's jump into our cool down exercises. So for our first cool down exercise, it's going to be one that we did during our warm up. Really important when you're doing exercise to get a little bit of a cool down in. Let your heart rate, your respiratory rate, your breathing come down. After you've gotten your heart rate up and you're breathing heavy, it's really, really important to slowly let yourself cool down. You don't want to just stop exercise altogether. Really, really important to get some breathing and some slow stretching and exercises in right after your workout, just to let your body cool down from the workout we just did. So the first one we're going to do is just breathing in and breathing out. Good. Breathing in. Breathing out. Good. And out. And out. We'll do 10 of these, 5 more. In. Out. I don't know about you guys, but I can feel my shoulders shaking from doing those exercises when I do this. So I know I got some good shoulder workout in. Good. We'll do one more time. Good. Okay, so the next cool down exercise we're going to do is just reaching overhead, side stretch. Really stretching out those sides of those core that we just worked so hard. And back. Same thing to the other side. And if you want an increased stretch for this, you can put both hands over your head. Good. Nice and big stretch of that whole side. Deep breath. Good. We'll go to the other side. We'll do one more on each side after this. Good. Go big side stretch. One more deep breath. Good. Back to the middle. Good. All right, one more exercise to get some breathing in, get those shoulders cooled down. We're going to have our arms in like this with a fist. Deep breath in. Open up and out, and really open those hands nice and big. And we'll come back to the middle. Deep breath in. And breathe out. Good. And take this as slow as you want. Good. All right, 2 more times. All right, everybody give those arms a shake, legs a shake. That was an awesome 30-minute workout that we just got in on this sunny Saturday. I hope you all have a great weekend. We are planning to do these exercise classes every Saturday for the next 4 weeks. So please, if you like this one, give it a like, share it to your friends. Please come to our next ones. Every exercise class is going to be a little bit different. Ashley and myself will be teaching them, and they'll be a little bit different. Everyone will be all different exercises using your whole body. Everything can be done in your chair, so you won't need much equipment. You can do these right from a chair in your house, wherever you like, and please feel free to do these exercises if you liked them. They're really great to do just to keep a good workout plan when you're in your house. So yeah, again, my name's Claire from Thrive Physical Therapy. I really hope you enjoyed it, and please join us for the next 3 Saturdays for these exercise classes. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend.